Alright, so you're thinking about buying the Roland F-701 digital piano. It's sleek, it won a design award, and it promises a premium playing experience. I'm here to save you money and frustration with the brutally honest review you need. But here's what surprised me most. For a piano that costs over $1,600, some of its core features fall shockingly short. Therefore, you absolutely need to know these deal-breaking problems before you click Add to Cart. For the best price, click the link in the description. Let's get right into it. The Roland F-701 is gorgeous, I'll give it that. The minimalist, modern cabinet genuinely looks like a piece of furniture. It's slim, it fits in tight spaces, and it doesn't scream, "I'm a keyboard" in your living room. That Red Dot Design Award, totally deserved. If you're buying a piano to be an aesthetic centerpiece, this is a strong contender. But, and this is a massive but, we don't buy pianos to look at them, right? We buy them to play them. Therefore, the moment you slide open that lid and touch the keys, the first major problem rears its head. The keyboard action, the PHA-4 Standard. Roland talks about all the feel and touch of an acoustic. That's marketing poetry. In reality, the keys have a strangely light, almost plasticky initial touch. There's a lack of that graded, substantial weight you feel in a real piano or even in some competitors. It feels toy-like for the first few millimeters of travel. That's not a great start for a premium instrument, so the touch is a bit underwhelming. You'd hope the sound engine compensates, right? Roland's supernatural technology is famous. And through headphones, it's pretty good, especially with that 3D ambience effect, which does make it feel less like sound is trapped inside your skull. But play it through its own speakers and prepare for disappointment. The twin speaker system sounds thin and boxy. There's no real bass resonance, no sense of a soundboard vibrating. It's like listening to a high-quality recording, played through a laptop. For a piano designed for the home, that's a huge miss. You'll be reaching for headphones constantly, which defeats the purpose of having a beautiful furniture piece that fills your room with music. Therefore, your first compromise is already clear. You sacrifice acoustic presence for sleek looks. Let's talk about the brains of the operation, the user interface. It has an intuitive display with easy-to-use icons. That's one way to put it. Another way is, it's a tiny, monochrome screen with confusing menu diving. Want to change a basic setting like metronome volume or select a different sound? Get ready for a button-pressing adventure that feels like programming a VCR in 1995. In an era where even budget keyboards have bright, clear LCDs or smartphone control, the F-701's interface is a baffling step backwards. It's not intuitive, it's obstructive. This isn't a minor quibble, it directly impacts your enjoyment and flow while playing. You'll spend more time fiddling than practicing, and that's a surefire way to kill motivation. Joke number 1. Using the F-701's menu system is like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded, while someone keeps changing the rules. Now, connectivity. It has Bluetooth audio and MIDI. Great. You can stream music from your phone to play along. But here's the catch, and it's a big one for 2023. The Bluetooth is audio only. You cannot use Bluetooth to connect to apps on your iPad or phone for interactive learning. You need a physical USB cable for that. So much for wireless freedom. That sleek, cord-free aesthetic. Gone the moment you want to use the very app Roland promotes, Piano Every Day or any other lesson app. You'll have a cable dangling from the side, ruining the clean look. It's a design contradiction that makes me wonder if the engineers ever spoke to the marketing team. Therefore, the modern home piano isn't quite as modern as it seems. Let's address the top positive reviews you'll see on Amazon. People love the look and the compact size. They're not wrong. If your primary goal is a piano-shaped object that doesn't offend my interior designer, you'll be happy. But many of those 5-star reviews are from beginners or returning players who are comparing this to a keyboard they had 20 years ago. Everything sounds amazing compared to that. The problem is, at this price point, You're not competing against ancient tech. You're competing against the Yamaha YDP series, the Kawai KDP series, and even Roland's own FP models with stands. And in that head-to-head comparison on sound and touch alone, the F-701 struggles. Joke number 2. Buying the F-701 based solely on its looks is like marrying someone just because they have a nice hat. The performance matters more in the long run. Okay, deep breath. I've been harsh. It's time for the contrarian snapback, the twist, because despite all these problems, I don't think you should automatically rule it out. Therefore, we need to talk about who this piano is actually perfect for. It's not for the serious student aiming for conservatory. It's not for the pianist who wants to feel a concert grand under their fingers. But if you are a casual player in a small apartment or a modern condo, where space is the ultimate luxury and aesthetics are non-negotiable, this piano makes a compelling case. The compact footprint is real. The design is genuinely award-winning. And if you play 90% of the time with high-quality headphones, which many apartment dwellers do, you bypass the weak speaker issue entirely. The headphone sound is detailed and immersive. The included bench is a nice touch. And the 3 months of piano lessons, that's legitimate value, a great way to start. So let's reframe. Is the Roland F-701 a bad piano? No, it's a compromised piano. It's a piano that made very specific trade-offs. Ultimate slim design over acoustic speaker presence. Minimalist looks over a functional interface. Your job is to decide if those trade-offs align with your life. Do you value looking at it more than listening to its speakers? Then maybe it's for you. Joke 3. This piano is the supermodel of digital pianos, stunning to look at. But sometimes you wonder if there's anything going on behind those beautiful eyes. Let's talk about the competition quickly. For a similar price, you can get a Yamaha YDP 165. It looks more traditional, bulkier. But the speakers are fuller, and the key action GHS, while not perfect, feels more substantial to many players. The Kawai KDP 120 is another strong contender with a better key action in my opinion. But they both look like, well, pianos. They don't disappear into a modern room. The Roland F-701's unique selling point is its form factor. That is its greatest strength and its greatest weakness. Therefore, your decision becomes an interior design question as much as a musical one. What about the build quality? The cabinet feels solid, not wobbly. The sliding key cover is smooth. It's well put together. There's no sense of cheapness in the construction, which is ironic because the feel of the keys can sometimes give that impression. It's a puzzle. Roland is capable of brilliant key actions. See the FP90X. The PHA-4 Standard in here feels like it was chosen to keep the profile slim, not to provide the best tactile experience. One final problem, the pedal unit. It's a basic sustain pedal with half pedaling, but it feels a bit light and lacks the solidity of a true acoustic pedal setup. For expressive play, that matters. So, resolution time. After all this, should you buy the Roland F-701? Here's my final, honest take. If your priorities are in this exact order, 1 space-saving, ultra-slim design, 2 modern aesthetics that match your decor, 3 headphone-based practice, and 4 you are a beginner or casual player who won't be nitpicking key action subtleties, then yes, you will likely be happy. You'll enjoy the looks, the headphone sound, and the bundled lessons. You'll forgive the menus and the speakers. But if your priorities are 1 authentic piano touch and feel, 2 rich, room-filling sound from the instrument itself, 3 an intuitive, frustration-free interface for daily practice, and 4 you plan to play seriously for years to come, then you should keep looking. Your money can buy a more performance-focused instrument even if it's less pretty. Joke 4. Choosing the F-701 is like ordering a salad at a steakhouse because it looks good on Instagram. Just make sure you actually like salad. I want to end on a positive note because, despite the problems, this piano will help people make music. And that's always a good thing. It is a gateway. It's a beautiful object that might just inspire you to sit down and play every day. And the piano partnership is genuinely awesome. Real, structured lessons are a huge boost. The goal wasn't to trash this product, but to arm you with the truth so you don't have buyer's remorse. Now you know the compromises. If you've listened and decided the F-701's strengths align with your needs, you can buy it with confidence, knowing exactly what you're getting. And you can get it for the best available price right now. Therefore, for the final time, if you want to check the current price on Amazon, click the link in the description below. Thanks for watching this honest review.